Good evening, good evening. Hopefully, you all are having a good end to your Thursday. I think my camera may be a little too zoomed in, so we're going to switch this up for you just a tad bit. Let's zoom. Let's go down. Nope. There we go. That may be better. Maybe. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I'm a little technically challenged at times, different things, new toys. But thank you all for joining us. I know that it's a busy Thursday. A lot of folks are making plans for the weekend. There's Super Bowl, there's Valentine's Day on the other side of the weekend, and there's lots of weather happening between now and then, and we definitely want to dial into that. Forgive me if there's a little bit of noise in the background. There is some breaking news that's going on, and whatever it is, we're going to be able to tell you about it tonight at 10. So make sure you set your DVRs to Peachtree TV. We'll have that information out there to you. We'll talk about weather right now, and that's pretty active. And we've been talking about this system for several days now, and there hasn't really been many changes, except the models have continued to kind of migrate closer to our forecast. And what we were telling you about these rain opportunities is that it was going to come in waves, and we were telling you that we're expecting widespread 2 to 3 inches of rain. And the only thing that's changed is that we've trimmed that back a little bit to 1. We think that there's going to be a lot of 1.5, 1 3/4 inches of rain with this system, especially the further south you go. So we wanted to make sure we could give you that accurate update there. And then there's some updates to the timing of the rain, because there are some things that have come into view that we were seeing hints of yesterday that we were mentioning in our newscast, but the models weren't really showing it. It was just kind of hinting at it. And now a lot of the guidance is more in line with what we were starting to see yesterday, so we can dive into those numbers. In the meanwhile, I want to make sure that we talk about what's going on right now, and temperatures are pretty mild in the low 50s here inside of the perimeter. Lots of locations have already dipped into the upper 40s. 48 Ellijay, Canton, 46 over in Athens and Covington, 48 down in Thomaston. So not a bad night. The clouds are going to be building in, increasing through the overnight, and we're going to see that southeasterly breeze as well. And those two things are going to work in tandem to keep us a little bit milder tonight. So instead of waking up to numbers in the 30s, most of us will be in the mid to upper 40s to kickstart the day tomorrow. And then we have this low-end chance for showers on Friday. The rain Friday is going to be nuisance. It's not going to be widespread, and because of that, we don't expect this to really be too impactful, so there is no first alert weather day for this rain, but it's just your official, like, hey, there's some showers moving through North Georgia on Friday. And you can see that most of this rain will stay pretty far north. Like, we're talking north of most of the metro. Maybe Cherokee, Bartow counties could get on a couple of sprinkles tomorrow, but the rest of us are just going to see cloudy skies. You can see another wave of that moisture building in as we get closer to the 3 o'clock hour. The axis of this precip doesn't really move a whole lot Friday, so pretty dry for us here inside of the perimeter. By 11 o'clock, we'll see the moisture start to shift towards the east, and we'll see things dry out a little bit for the overnight hours. As far as your hour by hour for tomorrow, we're talking about warm or mild numbers for the morning, but check out where we are at noon. Already near 60 degrees. Temperatures are going to easily climb through the afternoon into the mid to upper 60s. We'll top out near 67 degrees at around the 5 o'clock hour. Despite having all the clouds, with that southerly breeze, that's going to help us out a little bit. Here is where some of those changes start to come into view with Saturday. And we were hinting yesterday that we were expecting this rain Saturday to not be as big of a deal as it will be for Sunday and Monday. And now the models are starting to trend that way. We finally have some high resolution data for your Saturday. And what we're seeing in that high resolution data is that the clouds are really dominating the forecast for the morning. You can see the axis of that rain shifts a little bit further south. And I do think that our northern metro counties will get in on some rain, especially as we head into the afternoon. You can see places like Marietta, north of Marietta, getting some showers, Dawsonville getting some showers, and then, of course, the North Georgia mountains getting some of that rain. That axis doesn't really shift a whole lot throughout the day Saturday. I do think that we will get a spotty shower or two inside of the perimeter Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, but I don't expect this to be terrible. I don't expect it to be too impactful. I don't think that you need to cancel any of your outdoor plans if you're inside of the perimeter on Saturday. Watching the northernmost communities, that's where that stream of moisture looks to filter in and out of the region throughout the bulk of your Saturday. So the reason why we do have a first alert weather day in place for Saturday is for areas north of Atlanta. You can kind of see that really showing itself on display. A couple of sprinkles are going to be possible heading into Saturday night, but I still think that earlier on in the evening, we are pretty dry. But as we head into the early morning hours Sunday, that's where that line starts to build and shift further south. So that first alert weather day continues into the day on Sunday. Scattered rain, heavy downpours possible, and even some rumbles of thunder with this system as we head through Sunday will be the bigger picture item of that day. The good news, we've been telling you for several days that the severe weather risk was looking low, and it continues to look low. We don't expect any severe weather from this. We expect some rumbles of thunder. We expect some heavy rain, but we're not expecting any of those 60 miles per hour wind gusts that would trigger like a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's some good news with this. I know that someone's probably going to ask in the comment section because it's been a question that we've seen a couple times this week in these chats. Meanwhile, this line will continue to sink further south through the day. And I do think there will be periods of lighter rain through the early afternoon, but what guidance has been hinting at is that there will be another round of moisture that's going to be a deeper plume of moisture. So the potential for there to be some heavier rain as we head into the evening hours, we're talking 9, 10 o'clock. So while things should dry out mid-afternoon and just become more spotty showers, light rain, we do expect another wave of rain to get intense as we head through the overnight hours. This is 10 o'clock Sunday night. This is whenever a lot of y'all will be stumbling back to your cars from whatever Super Bowl party you're going to be at. And this is the official heads up. You know, we mentioned this a couple of times earlier this week, but we want you to be safe. You know, nobody's telling you not to have a good time. All of us plan on having a good time, but we want you to make sure that you're aware that, hey, the rain isn't going to really be in your favor. So make sure that you have that backup plan to get home from whatever celebrations that you are going to. So scattered rain, rumbles of thunder moving through yet again through the overnight hours. We're going to have that heavier rain in the day early, so it will not be hard for there to be ponding on the roads as we head into the evening hours. So scattered rain at 10 p.m., more moisture building in through the early morning. So here is a snapshot at around 7 o'clock, and you can see those heavier downpours out there. That's going to be a part of our forecast for Monday morning. More thunderstorms will be possible. Once again, not severe, so we're not expecting those 60 miles per hour gusts. We're not expecting tornadoes. We're just expecting rain and for it to be heavy with some thunder and lightning. That will be a part of the start of your Monday morning for sure, and that will slow things down. Keep in mind that rain is going to start getting heavier again through the overnight Sunday. So there's going to be time for this water to add up on the road and collect and pond, and that could cause some issues. So this is strictly just telling you, hey, use a little bit of caution when you're getting out on the roads. This is a good time to remind you to download that First Alert Weather app, because anytime those showers and those storms get heavier, you will know about it. Our First Alert Weather app also tells you where lightning is in relation to where you are, which I know that this is an overnight and morning event, so no one's going to be outside running and stuff like that. But I use it all the time because I like to run outside. I know that, you know, I'm in a bulking season of life right now, but I still run out there. And something that's pretty awesome is that every once in a while I'll go for a run. And I know there's some showers around, a chance for a rumble of thunder, but I know that there's safety in having that First Alert Weather app telling me, oh, there's lightning 12 miles away from where you are. Okay, I need to cut this run short. So shameless plug of the app, which is one of my best friends. I love it. Scattered rain will be around through the early afternoon, and then those shower and thunderstorm opportunities will diminish as we head into Monday evening. So I do expect some dry time, and right now it's trending that we may get some breaks in the clouds late Monday evening, so expecting it to be on the warmer side. As far as flood issues, we're getting closer to this event. We're getting high-resolution data, so we can already, you know, the National Weather Service starts putting out products at that time. We told you that there was a low-end risk that we could see an isolated flood potential across our region, and that continues to be the case. You can see that areas that are highlighted in yellow, really extreme northwestern Georgia. We're talking about folks that are in Chattooga County, Floyd County, looks like Gordon County, Gilmer, Fannin counties. You're highlighted in that yellow. So there's about a 15% chance that we could get some flood guidance over the course of the next few days. This is going to be technically through Sunday morning. That title's a little bit deceptive. I updated the graphic and didn't change the wording, but that is through Sunday morning, just for a heads up. And then, of course, that green is about a 5% chance. It's a lower end chance. It's more so something that you should just be watching in case that line sinks a little bit further south. Right now, it looks like the axis of that heavy precip is going to be north and west of most of the metro. So something we'll be fine-tuning. Here's a look at the updated rain totals. And if you were with us earlier this week, the models were saying some crazy stuff, and we were tapering down on those numbers. It was showing 4.5, 5 inches. We were like, nah, it's 2 to 3. This model's being a little bit over aggressive, and now the models have come down, and we do see that 2 to 3 inches potential. But closer to the city of Atlanta, we're talking 1.5, 1 3/4. So something for us to be weather aware about as we head, especially into Sunday and Monday. Those are going to be the two big impact days where we think we'll see most of the rain. Saturday's rain is just going to be more hit or miss, and mainly north of the city. I think I said that enough, but I wanted to make sure I fine-tune that because, I see your comments whenever y'all are in the comment section. You see the rain chance on our 7-day forecast, and the 40%, the 50%, the 60%, all of these apps, they shoot out all of that information, but it doesn't really break down what that means, and that's why we're here, so that we can tell you what it means. We can dive into it, tell you where the greatest axis of precip will be, who's going to see it and who's not going to. That's just how forecasting works. And so we do believe that Friday's rain chance will be very spotty, mainly in the North Georgia mountains. We do have 3 first alert weather days for Saturday, Sunday, Monday for multiple rounds of rain. That rain on Saturday looks to remain mainly north of I-20, so folks that are in extreme North Metro and North Georgia have the better chance of seeing those showers on Saturday, and then that becomes a more widespread rain and thunderstorm opportunity Sunday into Monday. I know there's new people in the chat, so I also want to repeat that there is not a severe weather risk at this moment with any of these thunderstorms that will fire up Sunday into Monday, but don't be surprised if you do see some lightning and hear some rumbles of thunder, and if those downpours get heavier. That will be something we will track. It's the South. We know how to drive in that. Well, we should, but that's another story. Meanwhile, things will trend breezy and cooler as we head into your Tuesday. Temperatures are only going to top out in the mid-50s across most of the metro. And then Wednesday's forecast is looking pretty solid. Sunny. Temperatures climbing to 60 degrees. That's a little bit warmer than we should be. It's a win. And then we even warm a little bit more as we head towards Thursday into the lower 60s. I wanted to make sure I break down this forecast for all of the lovers and friends out there in the world. This is your Valentine's Day forecast. Maybe this is a new relationship, and maybe you're doing a coffee date on Valentine's Day. And if you're doing so, you're going to need coffee because it's going to be a little chilly at around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're talking upper 30s for everybody that's doing that breakfast/coffee date. And maybe you've been on a couple of dates and you're thinking about doing a lunch date. Lunch is safe. It's in the middle of the day and there's not much commitment. You don't have to really spend all day with that special person. And if that is your vice and you're doing a lunch date, this is going to be a sweater weather type of date. We're talking about lots of sun, temperatures in the lower 50s. And then, of course, all of our long-established couples, all of our 15, 20, 25, 30-year marriage folks, you're probably doing a nice dinner. And if you're doing dinner, I call that sweater weather as well. Or you could do a light jacket, mid-50s, mostly clear skies. And then for all of our youngins who are in school, working, maybe you're working a shift like me, you're doing maybe like a nightcap situation where you're just going to cook a little meal late, 10 o'clock in the evening, maybe step out and have a nice drink at a place that has a late happy hour. It's going to be a little chilly out there. Already dipping into the 40s, so you'll need your jackets, or at least a light jacket. Hopefully you all find my lovers and friends Valentine's Day forecast humorous at least, and don't take it too seriously. But here's your hour-by-hour breakdown of Wednesday, which is Valentine's Day. I just kind of wanted to have a little fun with that. So once we get past all of the rain and the thunderstorm opportunities that we are tracking as we head into your mainly Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but of course Sunday, Monday being the days that we're really hyper-focused on, things will trend drier and we'll have some pretty solid weather. A nice couple of days with good amount of sunshine and comfortable temperatures. So I don't see any questions in the comments. That means that we're all happy. Thank you, everyone that's joining us at home, watching on Roku and on Fire Stick and on all of the other options that you have to stream us on our digital ANF Plus channel. And, of course, thank you to everyone that is joining us live right now on the YouTube stream. We appreciate you. Thank you for carving out this 15 minutes of your nightly ritual to come in and join us. I'm not going to hold you any longer than I already have because I've held you longer than you probably wanted me to. But this has been fun. I will leave you guys with the 7-day forecast. Drop my name because you already know. And you can catch us tonight at 10 on Peachtree TV. All this breaking news that they're working on right now in the newsroom, they will have that update for you at 10, and me and meteorologist Fred Campagna will be tag teaming weather the whole hour, so you guys can catch us then, and he will have that last look at the forecast at 11 on Atlanta News First. Make it a good Thursday. Make somebody smile. Do something nice.